Hi, hello, composition and rhetoric folks. Hope you guys are doing okay. I miss our little cozy Friday hangs in that tiny little classroom. I really hope you guys are doing okay, feeling safe, staying sane during this whole strange experience. I wanted to just make a little video to give you guys a bit of an update of where we are and just look forward for the last few weeks of class. Um, the good news is that we're in really good shape. At this point, we've done really the core lessons, everything we need to learn for the class, we've learned. So at this point, it's just a matter of finishing, practicing those skills, using those skills towards our essay, and polishing those things off and getting those things submitted. So, the technically the deadline for the outline was on Friday. Nobody was able to submit that on time. That's totally fine, and that is partly my fault because with everything going on and with my other classes, I forgot to post some of the material that I was supposed to post for you guys, and that was really dumb of me. I'm sorry. You guys are such a small class that sometimes I forget to do those things. But everything's up there now. So week 10 has all of the stuff that you need to know for the outline. It talks about essay structure, it talks about thesis statements and how to write an effective thesis statement. And attached to the essay outline uh, link on Blackboard, I've also posted the assignment sheet, the actual form that you're going to fill out for that outline. A couple things I really want to emphasize about that outline assignment. First of all, it's fine that you guys haven't submitted it. Please don't be ashamed. Don't avoid me. Don't avoid sending me emails. Everything's okay. We've still got lots of time. But I do want you guys to get those in as soon as you can because the sooner you can get them in, the sooner I can grade them and write really detailed comments for you guys, send it back to you, and then you'll have more time to start the essay. Um, More specifically, I just want to talk about the essay outline itself and the instructions that I gave you guys. Um, so, for the essay outline, it's 15%, but a really big chunk of that mark is coming just from your thesis statement. In our last class, in week 10, we spent a fair amount of time talking about what an effective thesis statement is. You have to make sure it's something that is definitely debatable. It's a strong claim that somebody could reasonably disagree with. You have to make sure it's focused, so it's not too general, not too broad, something you couldn't possibly prove in a 1,000-word essay. And you also want to make sure that it is not so small that it becomes insignificant. So we want to avoid making it too broad, but we don't want to make it so narrow that it's like, who cares? So please make sure that you check that section in the week 10 about thesis statements. Make sure you spend some time working on that thesis statement, polishing it. You can even email me a version of it in advance if you want, because that one or two sentences that makes up your thesis statement is worth a big chunk of your grade, because it's really important. The thesis is the foundation for the rest of the essay. Now, when you look at that sheet that I posted, for each of the body paragraphs, it asks you to identify what type of paragraph is this going to be. And you have three options. It can either be a persuasive paragraph, meaning that you're going to have an argument of your own, a smaller argument that you're trying to prove in that paragraph, and then the supporting evidence goes in the middle of the paragraph, just like we did on our first assignment. It can be a summary paragraph. That's really helpful if you have lots of information that you just want to express to the reader, but you want to do it in kind of a neutral way. And thirdly, it can also be a counter argument, which is when you look at an opposing point of view and you try to poke holes in it through analysis and demonstrate why your reader shouldn't trust that opposing argument, that other author's argument. So if you are not familiar with any of this stuff, definitely make sure you review that, especially review week 10, to get yourself caught up on that. In those week 10 slides, there is also some examples of what previous students have done and how they've used these different kinds of paragraphs and arranged them and combined them in order to make an effective essay structure. So, going back to that essay outline form that I posted, that's what you need to fill out. You have to include the thesis. That's worth fully half of the mark for the outline. And then the other half comes from the organization of the body paragraphs. So for those body paragraphs, you need to indicate what type of paragraph it is: argument, counter-argument, or summary. And you also need to write the topic sentence, so that first sentence that you would normally write in that paragraph. The different kinds of topic sentences that you write for those different kinds of paragraphs is very particular. For example, a summary, we know that we need to include the author's name, the title of the article, and a paraphrase of the author's thesis, all right in that first sentence, right in the topic sentence. There's sort of specific things we want to do with a persuasive paragraph and with a counter-argument paragraph as well. You can look through all of the previous slides and find the particular lessons to figure out exactly how to do it. But there's also a really good reference slide in week 10 where it just gives a really brief overview of the structure for each of those paragraphs. For this assignment, for the outline, I don't need you to include everything. I don't need to write a full paragraph. I don't want it to be over detailed, because we really want to just be able to look at the overall structure. We want to look at the big picture and have a bird's eye view where we can see how it's going to be organized as a whole. If we get too detailed, if we have whole paragraphs in there, if we have big chunks of writing, it actually makes it harder to plan it out in a structural way and to make a whole plan for the entire essay. So, for each paragraph, you're going to have the topic sentence, and then after that, it's just going to be a few bullet points. Doesn't even have to be full sentences for the middle part. What I'm really looking for is a plan. I'm not looking for all the work to be done. I'm not looking for the essay to be finished or for you to have perfect support all planned out and whole paragraphs written. I'm looking to see that you've got the plan in place, and the only full sentences I need to see on it are the thesis statement and the topic sentences. So make sure to go look at that assignment page, look at the sheet, yeah, you should be able to do that. Hopefully you guys have your research, you're in a good place. If you're struggling with it at all, I can't leave the house, can't go anywhere, so feel free to email me. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Running out of breath. Okay, very last announcement, final announcement for this video. I would like to cancel the exam for this class. That would mean that the essay that you guys are going to be working on, the outline and then the essay, those are going to be the final things that we'll do for this class. Normally this is something I wouldn't be allowed to do. Technically, I'm not 100% sure I'm allowed to do it now. But everything is so crazy. There's a lot of stuff happening in the departments right now. And my personal sense is that I've never been a big fan of the exam in the class. I've always sort of felt like the research essay is the best way to test your skills. It's the thing you work on for a long time. And I think that with everything going on this semester, it makes sense more than ever to cancel the exam and have the research essay be the end of semester assignment. Having said this, I know that there's a lot of you guys in class. Some of you may have been planning to write the exam as a way to bring your mark up or make up for missing assignments. So as well as working on everything that you guys are working on for me, I would like you to, if you get a chance, please write me an email just give me a sense of how you feel about the exam. Are you going to be okay? Would you be comfortable with us canceling it? Or would you feel like it's something you would really like to do or you really need to do? Um, I'm not going to write an official note about canceling the exam because, again, I'm not sure I'm allowed to do it. So this video is going to be how we disseminate this information. That's it. I hope you guys are doing okay. Please feel free to email me at any time with any questions. I will try to be more prompt. I will try to make sure everything's on Blackboard. Um, I want everybody to do well. I'm rooting for you guys. So please don't avoid the class. Stay engaged. And I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe and stay healthy. I'll talk to you soon.